Hey, architecture firm owners and emerging leaders. Get ready for unparalleled insight into the development of a world-class architecture firm and a worldwide organization driving the digital transformation of the design and construction industry. With Build Smart, the podcast that's changing how our profession operates. We share the incredible stories behind innovation in the building industry with my friend and co-host, Patrick McLeamy, FAIA, former CEO of the international architecture firm, HOK.
You know, Yamasaki's office or firm lasted during his lifetime. And when he passed away, I think that was the end of the Yamasaki office. Helmut did not want that. He wanted a firm that would live out and grow beyond the founders.
In Season 1, discover the untold stories behind HOK's meteoric rise, from 150 employees in St. Louis to a powerhouse with over 1,900 staff members and 27 offices worldwide.
You know, they weren't as polite as the Kojima people. That was just boom. And anytime you have a creditor, whether it's Kojima or the bank, that wants their money, unless you can raise money someplace else, you are out of business.
Bankrupt. And hold on tight for Season 2, where Patrick takes us on a new adventure as chairman of Building Smart International, shaping the future of digital transformation in the design, construction, and operation of built assets.
Ian Howell, Ken Harold, and I, Ken was my technical representative from HOK. The three of us took a tour of Europe of 5 cities in 5 days. Very busy time.
Simply follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Smart now and uncover lessons that will transform you and your architecture firm. Hey, architecture firm owners and emerging leaders. Get ready for unparalleled insight into the development of a world-class architecture firm and a worldwide organization driving the digital transformation of the design and construction industry. With Build Smart, the podcast that's changing how our profession operates. We share the incredible stories behind innovation in the building industry with my friend and co-host, Patrick McLeamy, FAIA, former CEO of the international architecture firm, HOK.
You know, Yamasaki's office or firm lasted during his lifetime. And when he passed away, I think that was the end of the Yamasaki office. Helmut did not want that. He wanted a firm that would live out and grow beyond the founders.
In Season 1, discover the untold stories behind HOK's meteoric rise, from 150 employees in St. Louis to a powerhouse with over 1,900 staff members and 27 offices worldwide.
You know, they weren't as polite as the Kojima people. That was just boom. And anytime you have a creditor, whether it's Kojima or the bank, that wants their money, unless you can raise money someplace else, you are out of business.
Bankrupt. And hold on tight for Season 2, where Patrick takes us on a new adventure as chairman of Building Smart International, shaping the future of digital transformation in the design, construction, and operation of built assets.
Ian Howell, Ken Harold, and I, Ken was my technical representative from HOK. The three of us took a tour of Europe of 5 cities in 5 days. Very busy time.
Simply follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Smart now and uncover lessons that will transform you and your architecture firm. My name is Mark R. LePage, and you are listening to EntreArchitect podcast, where each week I speak with inspiring, passionate people who share their knowledge and expertise, all to help you build a better business as a small firm entrepreneur architect. This is episode 364, Kyrah Williams and America's Hidden Gem. This episode of EntreArchitect podcast is supported by our platform sponsors. FreshBooks, the cloud-based accounting software that makes running your small firm easy, fast, and secure. Spend less time on accounting and more time doing the work you love. Gusto, the easy online payroll and benefit service built for modern small businesses like ours. In other words, it's a people platform. And ARCAT, the online resource delivering quality building material information, CAD details, BIM specifications, and so much more, all for free. Thanks to FreshBooks and Gusto and ARCAT for supporting EntreArchitect and the EntreArchitect community of small firm architects. Kyrah Williams, welcome to EntreArchitect Podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Mark.
It's great to have you here, Kyrah. Kyrah Williams is dedicated to helping her community and making a difference for others. Kyrah graduated from the University of Miami in 2016 with her Bachelor of Science in Architectural Engineering, and in 2018 with her Master of Architecture. She has worked for several architectural and engineering firms and currently works as a project manager for a structural forensic engineering firm in Miami, Florida. Kyrah runs her own drafting firm and runs a nonprofit organization called Anais Charities, dedicated to cancer research, comforting the homeless, protecting abandoned animals, and increasing representation of blacks and minorities in science, technology, engineering, math, and architecture. Kyrah runs America's Hidden Gem, a platform dedicated to celebrating the Black architect, and co-hosts America's Hidden Gem, the podcast, for real, raw conversations about architecture from the Black perspective. Kyrah's purpose is clear. She's doing a lot, and her purpose is clear. It's service. So through mentorship and professional summits, Kyrah aims to increase the percentage of Black architects in the profession. Kyrah, you are doing so much. It is exciting to see what you're doing out there and just getting it done. So I want to dive deep into all the different things that you're doing, specifically America's Hidden Gem. But before we do that, I want to learn more about you. I want to learn your origin story. What inspired you to become an architect? Where did you discover your passion for architecture? Share that story to where you find yourself today.
Okay, well, that first question, what inspired me to become an architect? Actually, I don't recall being inspired by anything per se. I think it was more so my experience in undergrad, where I was in a course learning about architectural history, and one of my professors, she told me about one of the buildings that were going up, now known as the National Museum of African American History and Culture. And because I studied the building and studied the concept, studied how it was coming to form, that is actually what inspired me, because I never heard or seen a Black architect until then. So I feel like that's what inspired me to become an architect, because I never saw it. So I was like, well, if this is the case, well, let me go ahead and consider getting my master's in architecture and see if I can become a part of the number. So that is what inspired me, the experience.
That's a great answer. So share your story. So you sort of, you went to undergrad, you said, okay, I'm going to be an architect. So you go get your master's, and then where does it go from there?
Where does it go from there? Honestly, everything that I try to do it through service. I guess to rewind, to give you my story, I'm an only child, but starting even from elementary school, I've always been involved in the community service projects, Key Club, Kiwanis, the list goes on. So when I got to undergrad, I was a part of the service organizations, and I continued to keep, promoting service. And engineering and architecture, if everyone looks at the grand scheme of things, our oaths are dedicated to protecting the public and providing a service. So that is, I guess, my mantras. That's what I aim to do, provide service any way that I possibly can. So where that leads me to now, I am, like you've mentioned, I started my own drafting firm and just trying to figure out ways to provide service. And here, America's Hidden Gem actually came about during my graduate studies. So that's where I am today.
Where this we can go back to the beginning with service as something that's important to you and is a passion of yours. It sounds like it defines who you are. where does that come from? What's the inspiration for focusing on serving others?
Honestly, I feel like it was, I'm not, well, not to be, offensive to anyone, but I'm a strong Christian believer.
Me too.
I'm okay. So I am very passionate about my religion and my relationship with God. So I personally believe that God gave me the God-given purpose of just providing a service to
Mhm.
others in any way, shape, fashion, or form. And literally through every single thing I've done, it's that's what it's been. It's been service.
Yeah, it's exactly how I feel as well. Everything that I've done so far for EntreArchitect and the things that I continue to do, um, I feel I'm on a path set before me, and I just keep moving forward, and I just say a prayer that I'm on the right path, and I just keep moving forward, and it is all for service. It's all for trying to make the world a better place with
Yes.
with the things that I can control. If I can control it, then I can do it, and if I can make the world a better place for somebody else, then that's what I do. And so I completely recognize that with you, that inspiration comes from God. I completely understand that. So you took that seriously because not only did you build a business and you started your own charity in order to be able to serve, and you developed America's Hidden Gem. Talk a little bit about America's Hidden Gem. You said that it started during your graduate program. What inspired? Well, actually, before we even start, tell us what America's Hidden Gem is, so people can understand what that means.
Okay, America's Hidden Gem is a platform dedicated to celebrating the Black architect. Personally, on my journey, as I mentioned, a few minutes ago, that I never was privy, I never heard or seen a Black architect until it was time for me to figure it out while I was in school. And because of that moment, that is really what sparked America's Hidden Gem. It is literally the quest to uncover who I think is America's hidden gem. And yeah, that's it in a nutshell. I'm not going to keep rambling.
We will return to our conversation after this quick break to say thank you to our platform sponsors here at EntreArchitect, FreshBooks, Gusto, and ARCAT. There's a lot to love about being an entrepreneur architect, but trying to figure out our financials on our own, no, it's not one of them. Luckily, there's FreshBooks, the all-in-one accounting solution that's built for businesses like ours. FreshBooks takes all the not-so-fun parts of running a business, from building and tracking invoices to organizing expenses to managing online payments. It takes all of that and automates it and simplifies it, saving you up to 11 hours a week in the process. FreshBooks has your back at tax time too. With a ton of reports to choose from, you'll know exactly where your business stands, and you can easily hand the keys off to your accountant so they can take over when it's time to reconcile everything for the year. So try FreshBooks for free for 30 days. No credit card required. Go to freshbooks.com/architect and enter EntreArchitect in the How Did You Hear About Us section so they know that you came from EntreArchitect. That's freshbooks.com/architect, and let them know that you're a member of the EntreArchitect community. Running an architecture business is hard. Endless to-do lists, employees to take care of, and your ever-present bottom line. So first of all, kudos to you for staying on top of all of it. And as a listener of the EntreArchitect podcast, by now you already know about our friends at Gusto. Gusto built an easier and more affordable way to manage payroll, benefits, and more. They help over 100,000 businesses with tasks like automated payroll tax filing, simple direct deposits, free health insurance administration, 401ks, onboarding tools. You name it, Gusto made it easy. And they really care about the small business owners they work with. Their support team is attentive and helpful, and since money can be tight right now, you'll even get 3 months free once you run your first payroll. Just go to gusto.com/architect and start setting up your business today. And you'll see what I mean when I say easy. Again, that's 3 months of free payroll at gusto.com/architect. You're going to love Gusto. Get started today at gusto.com/architect. We are well underway here in 2021, and still, no word from most trade shows. We can't wait around for news on which event is proceeding, which is postponed again, and which are canceled. We still need our continuing education credits. And let's not wait until December like we did last year. Let's start planning right now. How are we going to get our 2021 continuing education credits? Our friends at ARCAT can help. Along with manufacturer product information, specifications, CAD, and BIM, all free by the way, ARCAT also provides a list of over 150 manufacturers with accredited continuing education courses. Start earning those credits today at arcat.com/CES. It's another free resource ARCAT provides to make your life easier. Free continuing education credits. Available now at arcat.com/CES. That's arcat.com/CES. FreshBooks, Gusto, and ARCAT. Please visit our platform sponsors today and thank them for supporting you, the EntreArchitect community. So the idea is to create a platform that highlights Black architects. Is that basically what you're doing there? Is
Yes, sir.
to identify who they are, tell their stories, both in a blog and a podcast, right? There's America's Hidden Gem, the podcast,
Yes.
and then there's the blog that sort of is telling stories in writing. And correct me if I'm wrong. You focus on a Black architect in each post and tell their story and share a little bit about them, right? Is that what you do?
Yes. So before I become tongue-tied, how I orchestrate America's Hidden Gem is on Mondays is called Mentor Monday.
Okay.
So it's dedicated to licensed architects, but because on my path, I found out that there's not many licensed Black architects, even though there may be, let's say, a lot that have been practicing architecture or working at architecture firms for 15, 30 plus years, but they're not licensed. I still consider them a mentor. So they're also included in Mentor Monday. On Wednesdays, I provide motivational material, quotes, things that pop up in my head, my thoughts, things that I'm currently experiencing or what's going on today. And Friday is dedicated to the students and the emerging professionals, and it's titled Future Architect Friday. So it's a way to encourage them to say, hey, keep going. Tell us how your experience is going on. Like right now, what do you look forward to doing? And just, share a little bit about them as well, because they're important as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. So you also do a podcast. You have you're a co-host on a podcast.
Yes.
Share a little bit about the podcast. What do you do on the podcast?
So America's Hidden Gem, the podcast, is a branch from the blog. Actually, Kemet Floyd, my co-host, he reached out to me about collaborating for the podcast because originally I did not want to do it. I get really nervous about having to speak under pressure.
Well, you're good at it. You're doing a good job now. So
thank you. I'm trying. He spoke to me about collaborating for the podcast, and it literally has grown. It's grown out of that conversation because he basically told me, he was just like, if you didn't do America's Hidden Gem, I probably would not have felt like, my voice being heard, or, just being able to have the ability to hear other people's stories and being able to relate to them. Let's turn this into a podcast and actually have this conversation.
So he was a follower of what you were doing on the blog and was inspired and said, hey, let's go do this on a podcast?
Yes.
Got it. Love that. And so when did you start the podcast?
We actually started in February.
Okay.
So not too long ago.
Yeah. And so which is good because February you're past the point where most podcasts stop. Because most people, when they start podcasts, they don't follow through, and you end the podcast. And so it's exciting that you've continued, and it's growing, and you're telling the stories of Black architects. Is it set up in a similar way as the blog, where you have segments or different topics you talk about?
That's actually, I guess, the difference between the blog and a podcast. What we've done is we've discussed our experiences as students, as emerging professionals, things that we can benefit from, and those have become the topics. But we do plan on introducing some of the people that I featured and other Black architects and designers, because it's not just supposed to be about architecture, it's just supposed to be about the design industry in general. And according to, well, I personally feel that engineering, construction, architecture, they're all part of the design, including fashion, interior design, all of these different niches, so to speak. Like, we all make up the design industry. So we're not trying to just focus on architecture, but everything.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. And then on top of all that, you're also doing a summit. Have you done the summit before?
No, that was actually the first one.
Okay. Oh, so you've already done the summit.
Yes.
Okay.
So
tell us about the summit.
So the summit was, of course, I would have loved for it to be in person, but due to the coronavirus, that was not possible. So I decided to make it virtual and make sure that people across the nation and across the country that I've been able to feature were able to, attend. The summit was one day. It was all day, but I had 6 speakers, each in different fields, speaking about everything from building your portfolio, how to pass your AREs in under a year. I had fellows that actually encompassed a panel at the end of the summit to discuss the plight of the Black architect, and specifically the plight of the Black female architect, because we're very few in number. So that's what it was in a nutshell.
So is that something that you plan on doing every year or every few years?
Oh, I look forward to doing it every year. Actually, I am in the process of planning for next year. It is scheduled to be in Miami if the corona has slowed down.
Yeah.
But if not, it'll go back to being virtual.
Sounds good. I love your determination. Just keep moving forward.
Can't stop.
Yeah. So what's your future look like? What's your plan for the next 3 years or so?
Next 3 years. Well, where am I today? Well, I plan to be a licensed, not even plan, I will be a licensed engineer. I hope to start taking my tests for my architecture exams.
So you're going to start with engineering first and then go to architecture?
I've actually already started.
Okay.
So my ultimate dream goal is to become a licensed architect. I mean, a licensed engineer, a registered architect, as well as a construction attorney. So
your low goals, setting them low. That's awesome. So you're already in the process of engineering, right? So you started that process. Have you started the process for architecture?
I started accruing my AXP hours.
Okay. So
I have not started my exams yet.
Got it. All right. And then a lawyer too, construction lawyer. So are you going back to school for law?
Yes, that's the plan. That's the plan. That's the plan.
That's awesome. And so you'll be a registered architect, a licensed engineer, and a practicing attorney. And what's the big plan? If you have all those three, you must have some big plan for the future.
Well, I ultimately would love to have my own architecture engineering firm. I actually would like to be a one-stop shop. You come and we provide all of your needs. So that's the goal. That's the plan.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're well on your way.
Thank you.
So, Kyrah, before we wrap things up here, I wanted to ask you the one question that I ask everybody. What is one thing that a small firm architect can do today to build a better business for tomorrow?
reach back into their community and pull someone up.
That's a good answer. That's a good
Thank
answer.
you.
Her name is Kyrah Williams. The website is americashidden.wordpress.com. We'll have links to everything on the show notes for this episode, americashidden.wordpress.com. You can get information about next year's summit there, and you can read the blog. And the podcast is America's Hidden Gem, the podcast. You can search for that on iTunes and Stitcher and Spotify. It's anywhere you listen to your podcast, you can find it, America's Hidden Gem. We'll have a link to that as well on the show notes. Instagram, you can follow them on Instagram at America's Hidden Gem, or at the podcast, it's AHG, the podcast. We'll have links to those as well. So if you search up America's Hidden Gem, you're going to find Kyrah. So Kyrah, thank you. Thank you for joining me here today and sharing your knowledge at EntreArchitect Podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are listening to episode 364 of the EntreArchitect Podcast with Kyrah Williams of America's Hidden Gem. And you can learn more about America's Hidden Gem at americashidden.org. Since Kyrah and I recorded this podcast back in July of 2020, she's launched that new website, americashidden.org, so you can learn more about everything that Kyrah is doing at americashidden.org. You can also learn about her charity, A Nice Charities, at anicecharities.org. You can go to EntreArchitect.com/episode 364. That's the link for this episode, and you can get those links at that episode. EntreArchitect.com/episode 364 will get you the show notes and links to everything that Kyrah and I spoke about. EntreArchitect is proud to be a partner with the largest, most engaged AEC multimedia network on the planet, Gable Media. Have you gone there yet? GableMedia.com and checked out everything that we're doing over there? We're curating thought leadership for an audience dedicated to building a better world. That's you. Listen and subscribe to all the Gable Media shows at GableMedia.com. GABL Media.com. That's GABL Media.com. And check out EntreArchitect Academy membership. If you haven't joined the Academy yet, what are you waiting for? We have ready-to-edit business resources, live monthly training, a supportive architect community. What more can you ask for? Simple Systems? Yeah, we have those too. Simple Systems, our new business system program developed for small firm architects like you. It's all waiting for you at EntreArchitect.com/join. That's the link to join EntreArchitect Academy. EntreArchitect.com/join. Come join us. You'll like it. And it's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can join, check it out. If it's not what you expected, just email us and we'll send your money back so that you have nothing to lose. Come and join us. EntreArchitect.com/join. Be well, my friends. Be happy, healthy, safe, and secure. Thank you for listening today. Thank you for listening today. Share this episode, please. I'd appreciate it. Love, learn, and share what you know.
Imagine earning continuing education credits while doing exactly what you're doing right now. Well, you can. Gable Media has revolutionized the way you earn your continuing education credits with a groundbreaking approach. Forget running around town and scouring the internet for credit-worthy courses. Fulfill your CE requirements effortlessly by listening to engaging podcasts just like the one you're listening to now. Our podcasts are designed to educate, entertain, and inspire, all in a user-friendly environment. But wait, there's more. Architects, Gable Media is also approved as an AIA continuing education services provider. Upon completion, we handle everything, from reporting your hours directly to the AIA to storing your certificates in your personal Gable Media profile for your self-reporting needs. So follow the link in the show notes and start earning your credits in the most innovative and entertaining way possible with Gable Media.
Attention architects and creative minds, get ready to supercharge your brand with Build Your Brand, the podcast that's unlocking the secrets of branding success for creatives. Hey there, it's Mark R. LePage, founder of EntreArchitect, and I'm inviting you to join my friend, architect marketing expert Jeff Eccles at Build Your Brand podcast, where he explores the captivating stories of the world's top brands and transforms their lessons into powerful moves for small firm architects and creatives like you. In Season 1, Jeff shares the thrilling tale of Southwest Airlines, where he dissects their journey to the summit and distills it into strategies tailor-made for you.
It's important to keep in mind that companies like Southwest compete in the real world, just like you, and face real-world challenges, just like you. You might be surprised at how similar those challenges are to the struggles that you grapple with on a day-to-day basis.
Don't miss out on your blueprint for success. Subscribe, tune in, and let's build your brand together.
You may have noticed that the very best brands in the world are also known for having somewhat unique corporate cultures. That's often the glue that holds everything together when they encounter those rough spots.
We don't do it because it inconveniences the passengers to whom we are primarily dedicated, the short haul, frequent flyer.
Follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Your Brand today. Remember, no matter the size, the journey's the same. Your brand's journey to the top starts here.